right, so tell me, how was your weekend, Alejandra?
Fine. Very long.
Okay, that's great. All right. All right. So remember that on a previous class, we were reviewing about adjective clauses and we review about the relative pronouns as well. And also we did a practice, right?
Yes.
Very good. Now we did also this conversation practice.
Yes.
Oh, and we stopped here, right?
Yes.
Very good. So, all right. So here, um, we're going to review about modal verbs and their use in the past. But for this, it is very important for us to remember, okay, the classification on modal verbs. And well, here is the classification group. Whenever we are talking about ability, we are going to be using can and could. And here we have two examples with both of the models in the present and in the past. Can you read, please, these two examples?
Jamie can speak 3 languages. He could speak fluent French when he was 5.
Correct. Whenever we are talking about permission, we can use can, could, and may. And here we have the examples, please.
Can I sit in that chair, please? Could I open the window? May I borrow your dictionary?
Correct. And when we are talking about advice, we are going to be using should.
You should visit your dentist at least twice a year. You should try to lose behind.
Yes, wait. Mhm. And here, obligation. When we are going to be mentioning an obligation, we can use must and have to. Please.
I must memorize all of these rules about tenses. You have to take off your shoes before you get into the mosque.
Correct. Into the mosque. And well, the meaning of mosque is mezquita, right?
Okay.
And here, whenever we are talking about possibility, we can use might, may, could, and can. Please.
It looked nice, but it meant be very expensive. Richard may be coming to see us tomorrow.
Yes. And yes, these are the different uses of modal verbs, and it is very important for us to remember them, okay?
Okay.
Now, let's move forward. What are you going to be seeing in this unit is the active and passive voice with modal verbs. That's why we review the specific use. And here, whenever we are talking about an active voice, and here we have an example of active voice with modals, I must clean the house. And if I want to change it into the passive voice, I will be following this grammar structure. Must be after the modal verb be and then the verb in the past participle tense. Here we have the passive voice of the modal must. Can you read it, please?
Okay. Los dos?
Yes, no, this example. Passive
Okay.
voice, only this
The house must be cleaned.
one. And with can. I can clean the house and passive voice.
The house can be cleaned.
Yeah. With should. I should clean the house.
The house should be cleaned.
With could. I could clean the house.
The house could be cleaned.
May. I may clean the house.
The house may be cleaned.
With might. I might clean the house.
The house may be cleaned.
And with have to. I have to clean the house.
The house has to be cleaned.
Correct. And well, this is the structure of the passive voice with modals. As you can see, after the modal verbs, any of them, you have to use be and the verb in the past participle tense for all of them. And this is the passive voice of modal verbs. So do you have any doubts or questions about this?
Now it's clear.
Right, very good. Let's please work on the practice.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Let me know when you finish, please. Thank you.
I finished.
Great. And how did you do?
So, podríamos revisar.
Yes, of course. All right. The entire valley from can be seen. Oh, it's correct. Oh, but you type in the entire sentence. Solo
Okay.
tenías que escribir la complementación, ¿no? Can be
Okay.
seen. Es por eso que te marco incorrecto, porque aquí está la oración, ¿no? And here, he is wearing a gold ring on his fourth finger. He must be married. No es una posibilidad, es un hecho, ¿no? Must, must be married. Here, I found this book on the desk and I came to class. It maybe must have been left. It's also, as we said before, it's it's a must, right? It's not a possibility because the book is there. No es una posibilidad porque el libro está ahí, ¿no? Entonces ha tenido que ser dejado por uno de los estudiantes, ¿no? It must have been left. Okay, the meaning, yes, is correct. This one is also correct. Y te marco incorrecto porque typeaste toda la oración.
Okay.
This one is also correct. 3 correct. All right. Yeah, it's not a possibility in the past. It's more like a must, right? Also, it could be like a possible, like an advice. Podría ser también un consejo, ¿no? It should be encouraged also. Maybe it's a possibility, maybe misunderstood. It's not a probability, it's a possibility. In here, oh, okay, here you had to type in cannot the complete way, but this one is correct. So correct, correct, correct. So you have 4, that means that you have 6.
Okay.
All right, yes. Something very important whenever we are typing in sentences and completing, we have to understand the context, whether if they are expressing an ability, a permission, an advice, an obligation, or a possibility, right? That's the
Okay.
only important thing. And
Okay.
well, let's move forward. And that's all for unit number 3. Now we are going to start with unit number 4. And well, vocabulary in unit number 4, it's going to be related to phrases with break. Here we have the first phrase, break a habit. The meaning of break a habit is to stop doing something that is a habit, especially something bad or harmful. And here we have an example. Please, could you read it?
Interrupt, interrupting others is annoying, so try to break the habit.
Yes. Break a law. Break a law means to fail to obey a law or to act contrary to a law. And here we have an example.
Lisa broke the law when she drove the wrong way on a one-way street.
All right. And break a promise. To fail to do what you promised to do.
You promised not to gamble, but you broke your promise and went to a casino.
Yes. And break a record. To beat a previous record in sport, speed, sales, or something else.
She's very fast runner and she could even break a world record in one day.
Correct. Break a story or break the story. To be the first to address or publicize an issue, often a news story.
Our newspaper broke the story of the mayor's scandal and now every national news outlet is covering it.
All right. And well, let's continue. Did you understand these phrases? Break a habit, break a law, break a promise, break a record, break a story or the story?
Break a law, no entendí muy bien.
Well, when you, for example, in the school, whenever they are, all schools have rules, and you say that you break a law or break a school rule when you do something that it is prohibited.
Okay.
Romper las reglas, ¿no? En este caso, romper alguna ley.
Okay.
Yes. Break a sweat. What is the meaning of break a sweat? The meaning of this is to put forth a large amount of energy or effort into or toward a task, usually used in the negative to indicate the opposite. And here we have an example.
That test was so easy, I passed it without even breaking a sweat.
Yes, so break a sweat. All right, and the next one, break new ground. The meaning is to innovate. And here we have the example.
They be really broken new ground with their latest product. I've never seen anything like it.
Yes, break somebody's heart. To cause one to feel great sadness. This phrase is often used about the end of a romantic relationship.
What does it mean, sadness?
Tristeza.
Okay. I know Adam broke your heart, but there are lots of guys out there who will treat you well.
Yes. Break the ice. The meaning of break the ice is to do something as a means of reducing or eliminating shyness, awkward tension, or unfamiliarity.
I was so nervous but meeting Samantha's parents for the first time. But her dad immediately broke the ice by asking about my car and everything went great after that.
Correct. Break the news to somebody. To reveal information to one, often that which is bad or upsetting.
Who is going to break the news of the accident to Millie?
Yes. And well, these are all the phrases that you're going to be reviewing in this unit. Do you have any doubts or questions about these ones?
Oh, it's clear.
Very good. All right, so let's go with grammar in this unit. And well, again, we are going to be reviewing adjective clauses because they're very important. And well, here is something that we don't have to forget. An adjective clause provides information for a noun in another part of the sentence, basically extra information, right, about the noun. And here we have the adjective clauses are marked in yellow. And the first example says, the cake that she bought was delicious. This is extra information about the noun. I could also say the cake was delicious, but I'm adding this extra information. The people who live next door are good neighbors. Extra information about the noun. And here, the game which was played yesterday ended in a tie. So extra information about the noun. And when we use which, we have to use commas, right? When the extra information begins, when the adjective clauses begins and ends. I visited the town where they met. The leaders whom we elected will commence work next week. Do you know the woman whose pictures is in the magazine? She will always remember the day when the accident happened. And well, these are the adjective clauses. This is something we have seen before. So, is there any doubts or questions about this?
Oh, it's clear.
Very good. Let's please work on the practice.
Okay.
There you go. That's the practice.
Okay. Okay.
Let me know when you're done, please. Thank you.
I finished.
Right. And how did you do on this practice?
I
Right. Is there any doubts or questions that you may have about this?
no, it's clear.
All right, wonderful. Very good. All right, so let's move on, please, to the next part, which we are going to be reviewing auxiliaries for emphasis. But first, I would like to share with you another practice, okay? Just to review, because this is the last time we are seeing adjective clauses, and that's all.
Okay.
And well, let's please review. Let me see. All right. Yeah, it's copy. This link. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. That's the practice.
Okay.
All right, so this will be the last practice about adjective clauses. Work on this practice, please, and let me know when you're done. All right,
Okay.
thank you. How are you doing with the practice, Alejandra?
Me falta para terminar.
Don't worry, you can finish later, okay? Well,
Okay,
let's please work on the survey of today, and we are going to stop here. So I will be assigning the quiz and also the beginning of the unit, okay? So you can start on the activities.
okay,
All right, thank you.
listo.
Okay, thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a great day.
Thank you.